Okay, I think I got this working the way I wanted to. So I recorded this whole thing without realizing that what I was saying wasn't going through at all. So now we're gonna watch this whole thing with post commentary, which is all well and good. Just gonna maybe lower my own volume for a second. There we go. Now, we've all seen the movie. You all know what this is, right? You could kind of tell just by looking at it, hearing everything. Even the music sounds like it's from it. We've all seen this movie. Now, it's still Payday 2, but the people that make this game, or that made this game, worked on this game, like to buy the rights to everything, because, well, when you run out of ideas creatively, you could just kind of take from all the other things that may or may not pertain to heist and fiction or crime. So, I got the rights to Scarface for a while, and now we got this level, and I'm glad that we have it. The voice actor is the guy who did that game a few years ago, Scarface, The World Is Yours, which kind of put the spin on the ending of the movie and picks up right from there. And yes, I did just kind of start winging it here because at this point I had restarted so many times that I just kind of didn't care anymore. Right before this I was playing with some strangers online and I recorded it, and I figured, I know this is all gonna suck, we're never gonna get to the end, but maybe I could make a funny out of this, or they could make themselves look funny. And I don't know, that may or may not become a video on its own. And some other video I did, but we'll see. But I'm glad to get this done and out the way. Even though I love this level. Now, I mean, I've said before, and maybe with the train mission, oh, this might be my favorite level. I just kind of said that in the moment because that's one of the levels that I know I could do. Now, again, I'm not playing this normally. It's with the Silent Assassin mod. My whole screen just went black with this stupid screensaver. Hopefully this is still... Yeah, it is. There we go. This is another level that I know I could do. All things considered. It's just that... I don't know. So, let's take away the mod for a second. What you have here is a level where all the outside people, not including those on the roof of this whole thing, just the outside people, have no pages. Base game, these outside people in this level don't have pages, like this guy here. Except what I was thinking here is, oh, I could get him, but there's probably a camera right on this left wall. Because that's the thing, you shoot somebody, and if a camera doesn't see it, a guy sees it, panics. And then the camera that sees the guy panicking also freaks out. And then you just got this long chain of reaction of people seeing other things going on. And it's basically over then. And of course, you know, shoot somebody, they yell. Or something loud happens. People inside, you just see their exclamation point icons show up. And it's over. So here, you know, what I did is loop the camera so that it doesn't see anything for a solid 20 seconds. Then you could, you know, kill some people and dump their bodies into the out-of-bounds area, which is yet to cause me problems. But apparently, according to the stranger I don't know who I played with right before I had recorded this, said throwing them into the water could be bad, but isn't no problem for me thus far. This is my third time doing it all the way once through. The first time I did this, well, not so. The first time I completed it from beginning to end, stealth, was solo, and it's going to be on the hardest difficulty, right? Because it's not like... The only thing difficulty-wise that changes when you amp it up is whether or not the cameras can be broken, okay, or destroyed. And that's not something you want to do anyways most of the time. Even so, there are levels that, you know, just don't do that, period. But this is one of the levels where it happens. But you just don't break them anyways. Because that could cause problems. But, so yeah, first time, so to speak, out of the three, it was just me. The second time, it was just me, but it was still online, but it was just me. And I had, you know, restarted it where it was just me, because other people I was playing with, friends who were trying to get it, they left eventually. and then I just got it. But in like the last fourth of me playing it, a friend of mine showed up and he helped me out. Whatever. He listened to me. He's and we were able to do it. And then the third time was what you're looking at now. So there's that. What I appreciate about this is it's not always just waiting. There's a good handful of levels where you're not just standing around. You got stuff going on. You're always busy, and it's not just busy work. It's you have an objective, and it's going to take up your time. So I like that about this level. Now it is 4:50. I'm looking at the time right now. It's 4:49, and I recorded this maybe at least within the last half hour, so it's late and also early. I'm just tired as hell, but it's quiet now, so I figured I could do this. I'm sick, by the way. It's like a head cold, but it's not. It's what you would call a URI is what I have. So
let's get it open.
It is what it is. I know I haven't been uploading as much as I should have. There's no schedule. If I have any fan, singular, if anybody watches this, I'm not faithful to them with my I'm not consistent with how I upload. And part of it is because of life. I am in college now. And the other reason is just because I'm a real son of a gun. I remember this, but this kind of I almost failed the whole thing right here. Because again, you never know what cameras are going to pick up something that it's just blind spots. Almost threw him over the ledge, but that wouldn't have worked. Because even if it's out of bounds, it's not like it's hidden out of bounds. There's some areas where you just don't want to throw these people. But yeah, I believe these were the last two bags, yeah. So what I did explain, but didn't go into the mic, is at this point is I realize I've got no bags, and I apparently used the preset body bag case that I had put in beforehand. At least I assume I did it this time, this run. I don't know, man, I restarted this so many times. It's ridiculous. But whatever. So here's the plot, right, for this game. The movie, I guess I don't really want to spoil it, even if it's older than me, okay? Even if it's older than me and most of the people I know, I don't want to spoil it. It's one of those 3-hour movies that you don't get anymore. Or you don't, it's one of those long movies with quality that you don't get anymore. Most movies are they're like just above an hour, or they're just above 2 hours. That's just the two average movie length times. But I mean, yeah, like the old Godfather movies, okay, and I'm talking about 1 and 2, the only ones that matter. About 3 hours each. Once Upon a Time in America, another 3-hour movie for the cut version. The uncut is like, God, I don't even know. 4 hours? How's that? No, so like the original version was well over, it was almost 4. And then the extended one was like 4 hours and something minutes. But whatever. My point is like, movies that are long and good, you just don't get them anymore. The last one I saw was like Avengers Endgame, and that is not like a masterpiece. Because the way it's set up is you needed the 12 other movies for it to work. Whereas you don't just get standalone good ones anymore. That are like, they don't even have to be long. But I'm just saying, there's this, I don't know, what's the word, niche of movies that are just both long and good, And this was one of them. It was like almost 3 hours, maybe 3 hours. Scarface is just probably one of my favorite movies. I don't know, I guess I rented it initially, and then I saw it on Netflix. And I was going to buy myself a copy at the store, but the Blu-ray, like the tin can looking box, which was very nice. At the store I was at, it was all busted and just shaking out. Some was moving around in there, so I gotta get it on Amazon or something. Have it in good condition. Whatever. This is a good movie. It's something to have in the library, At this point when I was playing, I'm thinking, okay, if there's anybody else outside It's on this marble here. You know, they're not inside, but they're on the place. And then I realize I'm wrong because I see this guy, and then there's two of them. And I'm thinking here, I shoot this guy, a camera's gonna see it. A camera that I'm not seeing is gonna see it all unfold. But it works out anyways. I know that guy is good because no camera is seeing him. But keep in mind, at some point, I'm opening all these doors, and whoever's inside. And what I tried to do here, alright, when this game works like it should, shotguns propel people, and he should have gone over. And that's the thing. When you do that, you save body bags. Now, if only the game were smart enough to let you, drag bodies, maybe you wouldn't need body bags to rely on everything, But this is just the game where you kind of have to do that. So they gotta get that, right for the next sequel. With their $2 that they had to get from Rockstar Games, by the way. They bought them out. And what I really mean is just like they saved their life, basically. Because they completely bombed with this game. Now, they did great with this game. They made a fortune, and they spent it all on trailers, and if dope was added to that list, I'd believe it. Maybe not, but I'm just saying it could have gone just about anywhere. Because not a whole lot of it went into this game. I don't know. But, I mean, it did, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, a lot of time was put in things that didn't need time. Time and money, just in the wrong places. And after their other two bomb games that nobody really wanted, that Walking Dead shooter that nobody wanted, it wasn't made right anyways. Poor reviews, poor reception, and that other one, which was basically a clone of this game, just World War II skinned. Raid World War II. Neat game, I'm sure, probably alright. It's basically this game. There was nothing new. And it looked like crap, just like this game. And just like this game, taking it all at once, it looks beautiful, but when you pay attention to things up close, it doesn't look so great. I mean, the reason I like this level, aesthetically, it's beautiful. Looks just like the movie, it's just great. But if you just look up close, it's like a really solid looking Xbox 360 game from, I don't know, 2006. Maybe, I don't know. It's just, things could have been done. But this is the first page, right? I pause it, and then I check to make sure that the mod didn't reset it to 2. Because in the base game it's 4. So I leave it at 4, and you can't move it up from that, so it's fair. But, like I said, all the inside people have pagers unless you do a stealth kill, which is where the mod comes in with that. But I wound up using like 2 pages out of the 4. This another guy is gonna freak out in a second. He's gonna find something. Not sure what. Somebody. He finds somebody, or he sees me. So this is the next pager that I do. As Tony Montana, right? That's the character I'm playing as. Now, not to really say anything about the movie, but, if this were really canon, he wouldn't really be standing here. But, it's just, this is like, what if the ending wasn't the ending? It's whatever. Even so, I mean, the actual plot that comes into Payday 2, almost all of it, is tied into add-ons at this point, the whole friggin' plot. Have you seen the ending to this game? It's stupid. I mean, there's a couple of them. One's sad, which is also grounded in reality, that whole thing with Bane. And then the other one where it's like, it takes a turn that's like supernatural for Payday 2, and it's just dumb, because it became about saving the world and aliens and other crap. That, I mean, there was this neat Easter egg thing, but I didn't care to do it, and I just watched some guy do it on YouTube, and that was it. But basically, the game lost its theme and it lost its focus because these people can't write. I'm sorry, they just can't. Maybe they can, but it's just, at some point, they just lost their way. And this game, it should have been about what it was about. It was about saving yourself and being selfish. and then it turned into, oh, let's save the world. It just doesn't make any sense, you know, from a story point of view. Just for what they were going for, it doesn't make sense. But whatever. There's this guy. I want him to be isolated away from everybody, right? I don't want him to be seen. I don't want people to find his body. So I kill him here, and this is the right place to do it. Now somebody does come here, but just watching how it goes. You let go of this phone call, by the way, early, and the whole thing fails. It becomes loud, so you don't want to do that. And I realize I'm saying it now. I shut off the contractor voices because I didn't want to deal with that. But if you leave them on, you get the butcher, this lady character, right? Another one of the characters you learn more about if you watch the effing trailers. Because that's just how they did this game. Okay, you learn more from it by watching all the other crap. Or you learn more about it by not from the base game, whatever. Great character, lady. She'll say to you, oh, you're doing this stealthily. Yeah, this is what happens when you mess with me. The plot is for this, and it makes sense for the game. The butcher, the lady contractor, alright? It was like Russian or something, I don't know. Her guys are killed, and her boat explodes. She delivers meat, but inside of it, she also smuggles weapons or whatever. And Sosa and his crew took on one of her boats, killed all the people, and she got a note that says Sosa says stay out. And well, she has her connections with the Payday gang, and inevitably Tony Montana becomes a part of it, looking as young as he did all those years ago, which doesn't make any sense. Just look at his motto and he looks like he does in the movie. And yeah, now we're here. So whatever. But anyways, that guy walked out there. Had he turned right, it would have been over. That would have been a pager. But it got handled. Now the thing is, the only equipment I have left, aside from the useless zip ties that you don't use in this level, and my throwing weapon, I've got the ECM, right? Before it was just the extra body bag case. Now it's the CCM, which is electromagnetic, whatever. That would, for a period of time, cut out all the cameras, cut out any phone calls, and I was saving it for an emergency, and thankfully that never came. So here we are. I'm holding the CCM, whatever. And had that guy turned out left or right, if he had just turned slightly, it would have been over then. So we're good there. Now I eventually get to my damn throat. Still sick, guys. That was close, by the way. Yeah, that freaked me out when I was playing. I got to 99%. That visibility, and I'm thinking, okay, there's a camera behind him or there's a guy behind him, but if he never moves, then I have to shoot him. Whatever. I shoot this guy next to him, and there's somebody down the stairs. Well, I think I try to propel into the next room with a shotgun that I got, that shotgun handgun, and that doesn't work because the game is inconsistent with its mechanics. But whatever, still looks beautiful, so I'm playing this game, right? You fall straight down, and you can't drag the bodies. What they do. Anyways, he's dead. 3 guys left. 2 guards and Sosa, and I didn't realize immediately that it's gonna include Sosa. I'm just thinking, oh, these are all the guards. No, these are all the armed people. All the people with guns. There's 3 of them. Top right of the screen. There's the 3. That's how I know how many are left. So, open this. Guy right on the stairs. I waste him. Okay? He's done. And then there's one more. This area is clear. I realize that. Shoot that guy. And I come to realize, okay, one more guy. I'm not opening that because of the outside cameras. I don't know where they're looking. I don't want them to see that body. I realize, oh wait, this is the security room also. I mean, you remember the movie? Remember the TV screens in here? Yeah, so whatever. And I shoot this guy right in the torso, and then it's over. You hit a button, and then the floor rises up, and you beat the whole thing. And that's just all well and good. And that's really it. It's simple. It's also kind of a pain, but it can be done with this mod. It can be done without it, but I'm never doing that. When the 3rd game comes out, and it's gonna, Alright? They have the money now. They should have not wasted the fortune that they had, but they had to do layoffs. Basically, they didn't know how to spend their money, which is kind of something that you need to know how to do if you're going to run a game development studio and take control of things, right? I don't know how much of the publisher screwed them over, right? Where the developers were smarter about everything, but something happened, you know? Like if anybody pulled an EA over there. But it's just, I don't know. Rockstar gave them some money, which they didn't need to do. I don't know what they bought from them, but Starbreeze, I think it's Starbreeze. I think they might have split with the publisher. What was it, Overkill? I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I don't remember what the hell happened. I don't know. I thought Overkill made the. I don't know. One of the companies made this, and now, I think, whoever developed the game was lucky to keep the IP, is what I'm saying. So, what should have been a good result from this game, that they squandered that result, and they had problems. But now they have enough to make this third game. And now what they're forced to do is to have it come out when it's ready. There is no forcing it out. And they've said this in their articles. And I wouldn't have it any other way. That's the way to do it every time, is to send it out when it's ready. You don't want to rush it. And, I mean, when this game first came out, it had a lot of problems. It used to be that you had to spend money every time you change your skills. And I forgot that, so when I played it on the 360, I lost all my friggin' money, and I shut the thing off. Never played it again. Got it on the Xbox One. Why did I do that? I don't know. And then I got it on my bucket laptop, which could not run computer games. Turned all the settings to low. It was the definitive way to play it because of the controls and the updates, which continued to happen. And like I said before in the previous video, they didn't continue to update the console versions until they were able to mooch off of the new generation of consoles, right? Re-release it and still have everything late, all the updates, because this is an add-on game, okay? You get all the other crap that's added onto it. Base game is not the base game anymore. It's the Ultimate Edition, which has all the DLC. The main game is now everything shoved together in some special edition. That's the main game here. But whatever. I still love this level, and I think this was a smart IP for them to grab and make into a downloadable set of content. I mean, it's one of my favorite levels, for crying out loud. It's just fun to play. It's just, they were weird with how they made this game. They were weird, but you know what are you gonna do? Now, what else is going on? I've been trying to infamy my guy, right? Setting up that I'm playing this game a little more, but in my other free time, I pre-ordered tickets for a movie that's not out yet, and I've never done that before. But a friend and I were gonna go see that new Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, one of the best actors out there. The guy's a method actor. I mean, if you look at the friggin' trailer, he's so skinny, you can see his spine. The guy goes through hell. He puts himself through hell so that he does the role well enough so that so that it's good. He's one of there's a handful of actors out there that really, are spot on, and he's one of them. First saw him in Signs when I was a kid. Came out when I was a baby, and I saw it some years later. It's just a great movie. It's one of the actors where his range is just wide. So he's the Joker now for this one movie, and that's gonna be great. It's directed by this guy, whose name I forgot, but apparently he's okay. And I forget his name, but he was in Taxi Driver. He was in Goodfellas. I forget his name. He's in the movie. It's kind of a sin to forget his name. It's the easiest. I don't know how the hell I forgot it, but he's in the movie, and his role is kind of like a nod to another movie that he did. and some other stuff. Oh my God, it's not Al Pacino. It's not Robert. It's Robert De Niro. He's in the movie too. So it's just, this movie is in good hands. Is what I'm trying to say, and I'm looking forward to it. And it's rated R, and it's not goofy rated R, where it's like they maybe they do something stupid to make this what should be a PG-13 movie into, like, you know, it's not like they pulled a. It's, I don't know if you ever watched the Killing Joke movie, the animated movie. That was, graphic novel was great. Movie's terrible. It was rated R for no reason. This movie is within its right to be rated as it is. And so we're gonna get the Joker from the comics that we don't always get to see in the movies. You know, the way it should be. Like with how it happened with Logan, we see Wolverine as he should be. It's a rated R movie. He's violent. We see him the way that we're supposed to see him. You know. So it's kind of like that with this movie. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm seeing it Saturday, the day after it comes out. When I pre-ordered the tickets, it was like there was no seats were taken. It was beautiful, beautiful. So I got that set up for my friend and I. We'll go see it. I'm also looking forward to The Irishman, Scorsese's new movie. Brought Joe Pesci out of retirement. That'll be good. It's a Netflix movie, and it's in, like, I don't know, 4 theaters around the whole friggin' country. One of them in New York, which is close to me, but I ain't gonna see it there. And whatever, I'll watch it at home. And the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino. I watched the show like maybe 7 times in a row, from beginning to end. Of course, I'm gonna go watch this movie. So yeah, there's a good handful of movies coming out, and some good games. I pre-ordered Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm thinking if I ever get my act together for YouTube, I might do some walkthroughs of the new games that come out, and that would help me. Maybe it could help me. Excuse me. It could help me with viewership and all that. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, just make sure that I got all the loot, and I did. I did the coke first, or the yayo first, because that allows you can run with it. Easier to throw, goes farther. I did that first, then the money. And that's basically it. Whatever loose change is, whatever. It's loose change. I grabbed some of the loose change. I don't know if I got all of it. It's whatever. And that's it.
We rob it blind.
Yeah, it's the whole level. Or at least the stealth version of it. The version that I could, the method that I could pull off. Because I can't do it loud on this difficulty setting. So now you're watching this.
Punishment came to Ernesto Sosa silently, but with deadly certainty. They will learn to fear the butcher.
Yeah, totally badass. Well done, whatever. Anyways. Jesus. This was this level. You glad you watched it? Because I'm glad I played it. Anyways, if you haven't seen the movie, I recommend it all the way. It's a good one. What else? I don't know. I'll figure out what I'm doing with YouTube. I know a new Hitman level came out that I haven't played yet. I'm completely out of it. I still have to play the base game for this friggin' channel. We'll get there. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's 5 a.m. Have a good night.